Hey folks, glad you could join us for the second edition of Political Blowback. It's Sunday. I'm not shaved. I don't care. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to make this video and go outside and enjoy myself. I'd like to talk a little bit about propaganda in politics. And, propaganda, as everyone knows, can be used and abused, as in the case of many dictatorships that we've seen over the course of history and throughout time, and even in the present day, we're seeing the effects of propaganda and the negative impacts that it has. Let's look at Donald Trump, and I'm going to do this in probably a series of very, very short videos. So I'm going to start by going back to the time when Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller et al. They were all on the campaign trail, of course, running against Kamala Harris. And like many of you, I watched the debate, and here was Donald Trump, that right in the middle of this debate, he said, "They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people who live there." And of course he was referring to the Haitian people who lived in Springfield, Ohio. I marvel at the number of people that would listen to that kind of propaganda and rhetoric and say, yeah, that's right. And all of a sudden start to build some resentment against other human beings simply because of their race, color, or creed. This is egregiously wrong. And when I go back and do a simple Google search, because now the question becomes, okay, 5-6 months have passed by since this debate, and what has ever happened to the dogs and the cats and the pets of the people who live there in Springfield, Missouri? Well, what I discovered with a simple Google search was that it confirmed what I thought in the first place, that it was bullshit. And I started raising these questions. I started saying, well, okay, so what's happened in Springfield, Missouri since? Have the Haitian people have they eaten all of the dogs and cats and pets of the people who live there, so the crisis is over? Has there been any developments? Yeah, there certainly was some developments. This fostered a lot of resentment towards innocent Haitian people because of something that Donald Trump said. And you go online and you read interviews about people who are saying things like, I'm a Haitian immigrant and I fear for my life right now. That's just bizarre. Politics is a filthy game, and politics sometimes includes some heavy-duty spin. But when you're going to do it to the point where it's going to start affecting innocent people, I question whether that's right at all. And in this case, I don't think it's right. So I think it's very, very important that when people hear things, I think their reaction needs to be very, very measured. And they need to really consider carefully what's happened. Because apparently there's no more problem in Springfield, Ohio. And, it brings to mind, I remember standing on my patio one day on a beautiful summer day, and here was this man of a specific ethnic origin, shall we say, who was walking down my street completely butt naked. He was in his birthday suit. There was nothing there. And, you know, for me, you, or anybody else, to say, oh, look at that ethnic origin, look at what they're doing. They're walking down the streets of the city in their birthday suit. Isn't that egregious? A simple thing. I mean, when you go back to Springfield, Ohio, you know, it's quite possible that there maybe was an isolated incident of someone doing something. I mean, in my own city, 30 years ago, I heard and read about a story where a specific restaurant was actually serving cat and dog in disguise. Okay, that has nothing to do with their ethnicity at all. So why do these people have to face so much adversity and resentment from the community? And it all starts like this. You know, Donald Trump stands in front of a camera on a stage in debate and says they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people who live there in Springfield, Ohio. And the next sound you hear is, Harry, get in this living room. Come here, Harry. They're eating the pets in Springfield, Ohio. And the next thing you know, it's all over the internet and it becomes true or half true. And Donald Trump and many politicians, they understand this mechanism. That once you let a little bit of toothpaste out of the tube, it's out. And it takes concerted effort to walk it back in terms of the mind's eye of the public. You know, when we hear politicians say things, and that's no slight on every politician, because I'll tell you what, there's some great politicians out there that are serving their country, their city, their state, their province, their region. They're serving it to the best of their ability, and they got the best intentions of their constituents at heart. My personal opinion is I don't think Donald Trump's doing that. I'll be doing more videos in the very, very near future, short videos on this exact same subject. So please tune in and like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. We'd really appreciate it. Have a great day.